for mining companies, where we see the primary value is in production optimization. And so we see that actually optimizing from the mine all the way through to the port or value chain integration is actually where the primary value is. And there's good case studies now with many of these IOCs where they're making significant improvements in production efficiency within a very short time after they've stood up an IOC. Typically, we're seeing IOCs pay back in 3 to 6 months now in that sort of period. The secondary one is looking at OPEX reduction, and that really revolves around maintenance and maintenance planning. There are a lot of kind of secondary and tertiary values there. One of the ones which often people don't miss is the fact that if you've got a control room or an operations center somewhere remote in the field, it's actually very difficult to get high quality people to go and work there. The prospect of reducing manning at operational sites to remove people from harm's way. So we see that there's a big safety and integrity win by doing remote operations, especially if you do this for greenfield projects from day one. So there's a really big opportunity for new mines and new oil and gas projects to be born digital. Typically, there are what we call remote operations and engineering support centers, where you have operations and engineering support teams located in an office location supporting an asset in the field, and that asset could be a remote mine or an offshore platform in the North Sea. We then see that some of these centres are evolving into full remote control rooms, where you actually co-locate the remote operations and engineering support with a full remote control facility, so you can actually control the platform or the mine or the equipment on the mine from this remote location. And really the third type are what we would call expert centers, where you have expert centers in certain types of fields or disciplines, such as mechanical and rotating equipment, such as pipeline operations, and those tend to be centrally located and support multiple assets. We can develop a vision and a new operating model and the operating principles for how this IOC is going to work in your current operation. We can develop business cases on what it's going to take, where the payback and how long that payback would be, and indeed a range of payback scenarios that you're likely to get. And then once we've done that, we can engage with your operations teams, with your asset teams, to get them on board with this idea of an integrated and remote operation center. And then we do the basis of design. What are you going to do in the center? What are the key processes that are going to run in the center? We can then do a design exercise where we design it with the people who are going to live in the center, and typically we do that in an agile sprint way over a couple of weeks, where all of the people who are going to live and work in that center get the opportunity to have input to that design, so they start to own the center even before it's built. And then of course there's the operational readiness piece to get the center up and running before it goes live, and indeed do the coaching around the changing of the way of work before it goes live and post going live.